I'm literally about to pull up here right now, and he expects me to trust him to move his car from that shop to another place. And should be right here. And then he wants... All right.
There.
All right. Thank you. And there it is. Long story short, I pick up this guy's car on like a Friday or something. He just leaves Aldi's. He just got all of his groceries. Busts a ball joint, midnight. Middle of a four-way intersection, and he's got all of his groceries and everything in the vehicle. I let him pay. I get it. People are struggling. They're having a difficult time, and I work with people all the time. I give them super sweet deals. Even charged him the day rate for the tow, and I let him pay $50 down, just so I didn't do that tow for nothing. And then he was supposed to pay me another $120 on Sunday. A couple days later, he said he was going to get paid on Sunday, and then he would pay me the rest on Sunday. Okay, cool. And 99 out of 100 people that you work with, that you give them a little break, that you let them extend the payment out, 99 out of 100 people are honest, they're truthful, they are just happy to get the help, and they do, end up paying because they don't want to ruin that relationship with, me, a towing company that's actually willing to work with you. And I don't know if anybody else, I don't know of any other towing companies that are letting people slide like that and working with people like that. So that's not a good bridge you want to burn. I was kind enough to give him the day rate and bring him and his wife home, deliver their groceries home, help them carry their groceries inside so they wouldn't, get ruined and waste that money as well. And then from the location where the ball joint broke, picked it up there, went home, got the groceries and them delivered, and then went from there to the shop instead of just picking it up and going to the shop. So, and I didn't charge him extra mileage or anything for any of that. I just charged him what it would have been from picking it up and to there. I didn't charge him the night rate. I gave him the day rate, and I cut him a huge break and worked with him on all sorts of stuff. So I was as kind and as understanding as I could be, but at the same time, I have my own bills to pay, and I can't run around operating a business for free. It's a business, not a charity, and I do it so I can make money and I can cover my own expenses, not unreasonable, Anyways, he says he's gonna pay on Sunday. Fine, cool. Sunday rolls around, I text him, I call him, I talk to him. He, has all sorts of excuses, rants and raves about, how he's got this problem and that problem, and, none of which concern me, none of which have any relevance on his ability to pay. Just, he's saying stuff just to say stuff. And about Monday or Tuesday, I mentioned to him, that's fine, if you don't want to pay, I'll just file a report for theft of services, and we can go that route. No big deal. You let me know. If you want to, trade some tools, if you want to, work it out some other way, we can do something. Talk to me. Throw me ideas. I'm super open to ideas, super open to working with people. If he wants to pay, a little bit every week, or like whatever, I don't care. I'm easy to work with. But he just kept ducking me, and Tuesday rolls around, Wednesday rolls around, whatever. And then he's like, okay, after I tell him about the theft of services, it gets him a little bit more motivated to come up with some money for me. And then he says, all right, I got cash. I had to borrow some from whoever, whatever, I don't care who. And come on over, come get this money. And, I'm like, okay, cool. So I drive all the way from the east side of St. Paul, or West St. Paul, which is technically South St. Paul, all the way to Northeast Minneapolis, and I go to his house. I call him multiple times. I text him. I'm like, hey, I'm here. Where are you at? What's going on? Whatever, And I'm there for at least, probably a good 30 minutes. And I see, not him, but I see another woman leave the house. And a little bit after she leaves the house, I get a text message from his phone that says, hey, if the tow truck is still outside, stay in your car until he leaves. Meant for her, accidentally sent it to me. So I'm like, hey, it's clearly you don't intend to pay. So, all right, we can just go the other route. And then he goes into a whole route about, oh, I'm never like this, and you need to trust me, and I'm not like this, and I'll pay, and blah, 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 and, just miles and miles of excuses. And then I'm like, hey, we can work this out. We can figure something out that's no big deal, If you got any ideas for a payment plan you want to go on, if you got any ideas for trades you want to do, totally fine. I'm easy to work with. Talk to me. Let's figure something out. Let's do something. And he never gets back to me with anything besides, and I'll post the screenshots of this. He's like, hey, come on over tonight. I got money for you. And if you can come over tonight, I'll make it worth your while, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, this is getting a little weird. And, so I tell him very clearly, I'm not interested in anything besides getting paid for what you owe me. That's it. I'm not interested in anything else. And I ask him, hey, so what do you mean by you'll make it worth my while? And he goes into, well, I thought you were very cute and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, dude, you got the wrong idea here. Wrong idea. Not happening. Not interested in that. That's not where this is going to go. I just want to get paid, and that's it. So, then it's, still ducking me, and a couple more days of texting back and forth and whatever. I finally get him to get some money, and then I'm able to come over and pick it up. And he still owes the shop that the car's at money, and he thinks that if he pays me the money he owes me, then I'm going to go and pick up the money that he owes me, and then immediately go and pick up his car from that shop at night after hours when he still owes them money, and bring it to a third location. First of all, no, because I don't trust that you're going to actually pay me in 2 weeks. Second of all, no, because I know the shop it's at. I brought it there. I know the owners of the shop, and I'm not just going to rip a car from that shop that they're owed money on. That's not how that works. That would basically be like me stealing from the shop. Now they don't have the vehicle to hold on to as collateral for getting paid what they're owed, And so that's why I'm in a service truck right now. Actually, I just left his house, but I went to his house to go pick up what he owed, and that's why I took a service truck, so he couldn't think he could just hop in here and we can go get his car and everything's all good, But anyways, realistically, I wouldn't take the time. I don't really give a rat's butt on filing a police report over $120. I don't care. That's not the point. The point is, you can't let people walk all over you. You can't let customers not pay. You can't just let people dictate how your business is run, because bottom line is, he hired me to do a service. I did the service, and he agreed on what he was going to pay and when he was going to pay it, and he just didn't. So if word starts spreading around that people can just hire you and not pay you, then nobody's going to pay you. They're just not, They're just going to be like, hey, call this guy. He's never, you can promise him money and only give him a little bit down, and you never have to go pay him because he's never going to come after it. And that's not the reputation that you want as a business. You want people to know that you provide a good service, and you're fair, and you're decent, and you work with people, but you aren't going to take any crap from customers that try to stiff you. So that's that. So now I gotta go back home, put this truck back away, and then grab one of my other tow trucks. And I got another car to move tonight, so there's that. There's a long, winding rant on just stuff. Thank you for attending my TED Talk.